And we're live. We're live. This is episode 12 of season 2 of the Love Doctor Livestream, where we're going to be answering your questions about love, sex, and relationships. Hello, everyone. I'm the Love Doctor. With me is the fantastic Zyra Lee and the amazing Miss Kinky Karma. I haven't even poured a drink yet. Just let me get a drink in. Just get that started. What are you two drinking tonight? What's everyone? I actually got to see the two of you sort of dancing to the music. By the way, I could see, like, because I got the control panel here, I could see the little windows at the bottom, and you two were dancing. It was thank you. It was very nice. Oh no! I drained my bottle. Here it is.
No.
This is the bad part about lockdown. Like, that's the last of my gin. I have my emergency gin, but that's the last of my good gin. These people haven't sponsored me yet. So we've got all that happening. We're going to be close to 100 subscribers on the YouTube channel soon, as well. And we're got some giveaways that we're going to be doing. You know what? I should just... What am I doing? All right, I'm making a lot of noise.
Make a drink.
I got a drink, but I got these little gift boxes set up with stuff like Hershey Kisses and the hugs and all kinds of neat little things like the naughty and nice date kits. So and not to mention some naughty dice and other stuff that I'll be giving away once we hit the 100 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. We should get started. What do we do here? What we answer people's questions about love, sex, and relationships. Is that not
but
the
first
situation that we're
a
at?
drink.
Sorry. Oh yes, you were going to tell us about your drink. Sorry. And if you're watching, tell us what you're drinking as well. Just drop it in chat.
I'm drinking lemonade martini over here.
Ooh, pink lemonade martini.
With gin or with vodka?
Gin.
Of course.
What gin?
Bombay gin. Did you say
It's not Smirnoff. It's not Smirnoff. By the way, there's no... Well, actually, yeah, there is gin shaming for Smirnoff, but
Oh yeah, I'm gin shaming.
no, Smirnoff is vodka, right? Beefeater. Beefeater's the bad gin. See,
No,
I can't even bring to remember.
Beefeater is actually quite good. It's better than Bombay Saphir. I mean, Bombay Saphir, it's not even gin. It's like perfume. If you want to drink perfume, drink Bombay Saphir. This is what happens.
Gee, thanks.
Look, go with Montreal. Look, these people do not sponsor me. These are not sponsored recommendations. Do the Madison Park. They have the fantastic breakfast gin that actually, for people who say, "Oh, I don't like gin because I'd be drinking what is it called?
Rubbing
Christmas
alcohol.
trees."
Oh.
Right. So
right.
you got the Madison Park is actually doesn't have the juniper berries. It has Earl Grey tea. We got Terry Adams saying hugs and kisses for everyone. Exactly. So yeah, I think we should get started. Should we get started? We good? Hold on. Kinky, what are you drinking?
I am actually drinking Smokehead, which is a distilled whiskey. Small story. I went to see my lovely friend Miss Meow had introduced me to this amazing whiskey that I am in love with, and I tried to find it and I couldn't. So it's like the best I got. But yeah, so I'm whiskey right now.
All right. I'm not sure if it's me, but you are very low right now, so I'm going to try turning up your mic.
How's that?
Oh, that's better.
Cool.
That was good. And there we are. If anyone out there is watching and has any suggestions about the volume levels, please let me know. And I think it's time to see our first question. Let's bring that up. Whoop. There it is. And how do I do that again? I'm just trying to remember.
Second season, Paul. Second season, Love Doctor.
I know. It just there's something happened here and it cut that off. So I'm bringing that back in.
You should have like flashcards, like written with like the things like Post-its.
There we are.
Yay!
All right. This is our first question. Do you like to be spanked? Why or why not? Zyra, you're in the hot seat.
Yes.
All right. Why? That's the other part of the question. It was a two-part question.
It's exciting. We couldn't start these questions off more easily.
Nope.
You just dove right in.
We dove right in. We dove right in.
Yes, I like to be spanked. I like impact play. It's very fun. The reason why I like doing that is because, well, the scientifically explained the reason why is that when you hurt, you have endorphins, which is great. My body seems to be able to do that only thing, but not the rest of the hormones. But that's another issue. So yeah, I like to be spanked because it feels good after.
I'm not a great fan of it. I've had it done. I much more prefer to be on the giving end. So that's it. What happened to my brick wall? My brick wall disappeared. All right. This is live. Yes, we are live. I have no idea what's happening. What's happening whatsoever. Yeah, why not? It's generally not my thing. I get the endorphins. Yeah, spanking. It's
Spanking.
fun.
It's fun. It's nice to be punished by a spanking.
Is it really punishment though, with those endorphins just charging through?
Punishment.
That's the brat paradox. Because technically, a brat, for those that do not know, there are different types of submissive people when it comes to dominant and submissive, and the classic submissive will do what her dom tells her to do. A brat doesn't, and she's doing it on purpose because she wants to be punished. So there lies the paradox. Are you really punishing her, or are you just agreeing to like do what she wants, which is you to punish her? So the brat paradox.
Reward for bad behavior.
Yeah.
See, what you do is you kind of set up suggestions. Just set up like little goals for them that are so they're not too bratty or not bratty enough to annoy you, but then give it goals like have them have to ask permission before they orgasm.
That's good with a praise kink, but if you don't have a praise kink,
it doesn't necessarily need a priest kink. Just adding a priest kink to that is say, "Forgive me, Father, but I would like to orgasm. Please, may I have permission?" Like that's a lot for somebody who's right on the edge to actually remember. Not that I'm ever been in that situation. Not saying anything. We ready for the next question?
Oh, it's going to be one hell of a show.
Oh my goodness, it
This
is.
is the
It is.
start.
It is. I'm eating grapes because it's supposed to be healthier. I ate chocolate last episode. Would you rather get a four-handed massage or get a mani-pedi? I shouldn't put the grape in my mouth when I realized I was going to be the first one talking. All right. I'd rather get a four-handed massage than a mani-pedi just because my toes are weird. They're not weird. They look pretty. They're nice. I've actually had been asked to be a fetish model for somebody, but with my toes. But I'd rather. I don't like my toes pulled or touched too roughly, so I will not. I probably won't enjoy a pedi. But a four-handed massage, yeah, please bring it on. I've got all kinds of knots to work out. Zyra.
I'm going to go with the mani-pedi. It lasts longer and it's more useful for me.
Yeah, no, my back is an oak tree. Like, I'll take the forehand. I'll take as many hands as you can in order to like take care of the knots on my back. Sorry.
Boom. You know what? Can I just suggest? Can we just have a full day at the spa? Mani-pedi and a forehand massage.
Spas are reopening, so yeah.
Why do we have to choose? There it is. Well, okay.
Both. I'd like both.
I'd like both.
All right, so we're all going for the both. Just a reminder: if anyone wants to ask a question, you could just drop it into the chat, or if you want to ask anonymously, you go to slido.com or sli.do. Either one works, and the event code is TLD212 because it's episode 12 of season 2. And the next question is, have you ever been walked in on and how did you handle it? Kinky.
Yeah. I was young, I will start with a premise that I was young, dumb, I didn't know any better, but now I know. But like, if you ask me if I would do it again, I would. So I was 16 and I've decided to skip school with a boy. And he decided to show me around and he said that, oh, let's go to my room. And well, what do you think happens when two fully hormonal kids are alone? Things get started. And then the mother walked in on us because he said that it was his room, but in reality, it was his mom's.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dirty.
I've never run so fast in my entire life.
Oh. Boom. All right. I guess I'm next on this one is if you're outside, is it considered to be walked in on?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It was. I mean, we took care to be in someplace secluded, and we were, I think we were in the post-coital situation with a bit of cuddling and whatnot, but not fully dressed. And somebody came around the bush that we were behind. The way I handled it was, sorry, can we have a little bit of privacy? And they laughed and they grabbed their bicycle and they went the other way.
So it was that type of park.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, if we go to Parc La Fontaine, it is notorious for those types of situations. Like,
Bienvenue au Montréal. That's what I have to say.
welcome to Montreal.
Zyra.
Yep, in university, my dorm room, I was sharing a dorm room with another person, and I was hooking up with a guy one day, and I put a sock on the door handle, which is what you're supposed to do to like signify people are getting busy in here. But the sock did not stay on, so my roommate like walked in on us. But like, I didn't really care. I was like, if you want to stay and watch, you can. I don't care. So,
Do you want to join?
join the party, like.
At this point in time, I think it's probably at Zyra Lee Vanity on Instagram. If you want to follow Zyra Lee, there we are. And also Miss.Kinky Karma, all one word, on Instagram for Ms. Kinky Karma. The two lovely people above me. Are we ready for some more questions, or should we have some comments about all of that?
I mean,
We're all right. Question time. We start at the bottom.
Yep.
My girlfriend get extremely horny when watching horror movies. Oh.
Yep.
I don't mind. In fact, I have a special collection of movies for Netflix and chill, but I never understood it. I never understood why. Any thoughts? So the question is, my girlfriend gets extremely horny when watching horror films. I don't understand it. Any thoughts? And Zyra.
I mean, depends on the type of like horror film. Like if you have like a kidnapping kink or like, some sort of like submissive punishment kink, then that kind of makes sense. But if it's something like Saw where people are getting slaughtered and stuff, then I don't know. To each their own, I guess.
All right.
Well, maybe when she started doing things, because I mean, we've all been there, the moments where you just pop in a movie without knowing full well that you're never going to watch it. Sometimes, especially if you always do those types of movies, after a while, it just becomes like a habit. So it's kind of like Pavlov. So maybe that's what happened. And that's why she's into those movies when it comes to doing the hanky-panky.
Boom. I think that's a great answer. To that, I would also like to add, it could be because of the adrenaline factor that gets generated by watching things with jump scares and all these things. That sort of gets your blood pumping, and then they're able to direct it into a way that is more enjoyable for them. So it's an extra thing. And if I was you, I wouldn't fucking complain. Jeez. I mean, you've got a key to the secret garden there. Just unlock it by put it in Texas Chainsaw Massacre or whatever. There is. You know what? I see we got a lot of people watching, but no one's been telling us where they're watching from. So if you just want to say hi in the chat, it'd be greatly appreciated. And if you have any questions that you want public, you can always put in the chat. We'll get to those right away. And we have our next question. Why do couples think it's appropriate to make out at the theater? I came to see Spider-Man, not watch you two morons swap spit for 2 hours. Well, all
Take
right.
it away.
Is anyone feeling aggressed? I just a little bit.
I feel attacked.
You feel attacked?
I've been attacked too. So
Here's the thing: if you're watching if you're watching them and not the film probably wasn't that great, right? They're not lit up and on a 20-foot screen, so it shows where your priorities are. I don't think it's their problem. All right, they may not have access to a dark place to hang out and cuddle with each other, so leave those kids alone. All right. Just leave those kids alone. We got Jenny Powell with a ha 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 ha. Zyra.
Yeah, if you don't want to see couples make out, sit in the front row.
well,
all right. So that was a mic drop moment, but Kinky's got to pick it up.
Add something though. There needs to be something that is called make out etiquette. Excuse a little pussy that's like that just wants to have their moment. I mean, I am all for a good old makeout session or a good old kinky thingies in the theater, but by all means, go to the far end of the theater. Like, don't be in the front row or like worst, like in the middle of it, especially because I kind of understand on his other side if like the couple makes noise can be frustrating. So, I mean, there needs to be like some like movie.
Kinky, stop attacking me.
Girl, just go to the back. That's what the back is for. I mean,
floppy kisses.
Skirt, go to the back and have fun.
Also, it's like you don't do it in a super crowded theater, and you don't do it while you're jammed between two other couples, right?
Well, unless the other couple is into it, or you're at Cinéma d'Amour, but that's another story.
I think we're advertising Montreal very well tonight.
Yeah.
They are not paying for sponsorship.
Yes.
Our next question that we have is, my boyfriend doesn't take me out unless it's to somewhere expensive. He always pays and insists that it is his treat, but I feel like he is non-verbally bragging about how well off he is. To be completely honest, it makes me feel uncomfortable, like I'm a gold digger sometimes. How do I make him realize that I would still love him even if we went to Taco Bell? Kinky.
I relate so hard. I used to have someone who is also very well off, and they actually would be the one wanting to pay. I mean, I've been to places that I would have never been able to think of going because I couldn't even afford thinking about it. So I do understand how it feels because you don't want the person to end up thinking that you're just using them for their cash. However, what I kind of realized in the end is that they liked doing this activity and they know that I'm not going to be able to pay because I'm not about that life. So I just flip it in a way that they actually want to do it with me and they understand and they'd rather just do it with me than doing it alone. However, what I usually do is I usually always tell them that, hey, we don't have to do that. I appreciate you without even doing it. And yeah, just reminding them to just make sure that they know and remind them once in a while, but maybe they just have expensive taste, especially if they're well off. I mean, I know I'd be fucking expensive if I was well off.
Oh, I would have to say it could be it's their love language is gift giving. Mm-hmm. All right, so the love language of gifts could be what they are about. But you did mention in your question that you feel like they are non-verbally bragging. So intent does come into it. I believe Kinky is completely right about, mentioning, you don't have to do this. I just wanted to spend time with you. We didn't have to spend time together at the most expensive restaurant you could find. We don't need to fly to Monaco to see a concert together. Like we could have just watched music videos on YouTube. the time with you is what's important to me. And saying that to them is fine. And if they still want to do it, it might be their way of showing how they care. And try not to feel guilty. I know it's fucking hard. Zyra.
Literally just echoing what you two both said, just communicating with them that they're not obligated to do these things.
And say thank you.
That
is important. Show gratitude.
Yes, definitely show gratitude. Because, you
don't have that every day.
Well, it's not just that, but every time with your partner, you should never be taking a partner for granted. And when they're doing things for you that might seem small and inconsequential, or could be a grand gesture, no matter what they're doing, you should thank them for it because they are doing an amazing thing. At this point, I also want to thank the wonderful people who helped me behind the scenes with this show. And you do a fantastic job. Thank you. And Constantine is saying, hello, Love Doctor and guest. Great show as always. My question is, what do you consider a sexual turn on? Zyra.
A lot of things. Power, dominance. I think those are the two things that really turn me on.
Charisma. Actually, no, it's a mix of charisma and intelligence, because you can be very intelligent and not charismatic, and you can be really charismatic but be a complete airhead. So it needs to be a good combination of both, and I am a sucker for that. Like, take me home.
Oh, Zyra wants to add something in.
I also want to add, most important, sense of humor. Like if you can make me laugh. Yeah.
Boom. I what is a turn on? To be comfortable enough. I mean, intelligence is a strong turn on for me. Definitely with the intelligence, but also someone who can be sensual at the same time. Like, I mean, intelligence can definitely breeds sensuality as long as they can appreciate their senses. But just to that casual touch with somebody and just kind of, you want to take it a little bit more, just sort of blend your bodies together. Just, if you're walking down the street, your hands have to hold each other. If you're lying in bed, you have to be touching. I think that's a sexual turn on for me. But intelligence is usually what gets me into that close range to begin with. So everybody's quiet with everybody else's answers. We're not saying too much more. I'm not sure. If you have any comments, if you wanted to say what your sexual turn-ons are in the chat, you can do that as well. And the thing is, a sexual turn-on is a sexual turn-on. It's not something you should feel ashamed with as long as it's legal.
Operating word.
Legal.
That's why I put it in there.
Legal where you are.
Legal where you are.
Yeah.
All right. Should men be granted the same pass for emotional outbursts as women? Just because we don't PMS doesn't mean we don't go through our own issues. Oh, and I have this first to unpack the sexism.
Go ahead.
Go off.
We're gonna go off. We're be the amuse bouche, and we'll be the
go off.
We'll take the rest.
All right. You know what? Like, anyone, if you can't be kind, you can be quiet. And I know, like, I've had my own mental difficulties. I know that there is times that it is really hard to control your emotions. But at those times, you can distance yourself from a situation. I don't think men should get a pass. I also don't think women should get a pass either. I don't think people should get a pass for being unkind. And if you are struggling emotionally, take the time to explain that to someone who can help you. Taking it out on a stranger on the street, not so good. Zyra.
Yeah, so if we're talking about emotional outbursts, as in, like, I don't know, like randomly screaming or yelling at people out of nowhere, fits of rage or whatnot, like, that's never okay. And when those things do happen, because I guess humans are humans, it's always, like, you should apologize, you should talk about it, also, if this is something that's constantly happening, you should maybe try and seek help and seek support some way. And those types of outbursts, doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, it's never okay. And I hate when people blame those things on PMS. That's really sexist. But yeah.
Boom.
My turn? Okay. You know when guys say that they don't get passes? If you look at history, all the fucking wars that happened, all of them were made by guys that were angry. Some of them was because they thought the other person had a bigger penis than he had. So he decided to show that he had a bigger penis. Hi, Trump. Hi, Putin. I mean, I'm just saying. Yet, women are the one that are called the most emotionally.
We're emotional,
unstable.
irrational.
Exactly. But I mean, if you look at history, I think you should have a stadiums full of seats. And again, I understand mental health and all of that. But when you come from a sense of entitlement, because I feel that this question is rooted in entitlement, it kind of negates what you're trying to say, because I understand how toxic masculinity will make it seem as in men cannot show their emotions. They have to be brick walls. And the only emotion that they're allowed to have is anger, or even more anger or rage. But leaning in and blaming the fact that blaming another sex, that specific thing has been used against, I believe it plays in it. And it takes away your accountability and your agency to decide to do something about it. Because yes, women are absolutely emotional. Yes, we're PMSing. And by the way, PMS is a real thing. I am diagnosed with PMSing with that. But we are held accountable for our shit. I mean, the reason why a lot of men's say that we cannot have certain roles, certain types, certain things, is because we're too emotional. Yet again, you guys are the one creating wars, but I mean, I think I made my point before. So I understand your anger, but I think it's really it's misdirected, and you should pretty much get some learning on that and get some knowledge on it. So yeah, that's the end of my rant, because both of them, they were nice. I'm not nice. I'm but nice I am not.
It's a choice to be kind. I said it was a choice to be kind.
Yeah.
That actually generated a couple. Corey Seaton is going, wow.
Yeah.
Maxime is saying toxic masculinity alerts. It is there, and the thing is, it is a process to unlearn, right? Because there's a lot of societal programming. There's a lot of brainwashing that, say, like the incel movement uses. The incel movement doesn't start out with being, oh, women are horrible. They start out with little things to tweak people, and then to the point, like the idea of being triggered is a joke to incels and to white supremacists. If they can make people feel that is a joke, then they can feel, well, why don't you see how funny this is when I trigger someone?
But yet when they're triggered, they're butthurt.
Yes, exactly. But the thing is, they
literally go on shooting sprees when they're triggered.
Yeah, but then it's not their fault. And I'm gonna go real black. When they're white, it's a mental disorder. But when they're any other color than my palm colored, that's something else. But that's like intersectionality at its best. I just want to put it in there as well. But yeah.
But we also, Constantine Corditis is saying, a very intelligent and well-spoken guest on the show. Thank you. There's... All right, Kinky. I also, at this point in time, as I said, we're getting close to 100 subscribers. Please, if you're watching the show, subscribe. The show comes out once a week. We won't be spamming you with anything unnecessary. And like I said, the show comes out once a week, and it's a chance to watch. And we'll be doing a draw next week, because I figure we're going to hit 100 tonight. I hope we hit 100. Please make sure you subscribe. And our next question that we have is, let's see if it can be any more or less divisive. Who should be on top when engaging in a 69? And Kinky, you're going first.
Plot twist. Nobody. Because you could do a 69 on your side.
Oh, All right.
Boom.
Ah.
I mean, and
Just
it's
turn
really
it on the side.
Yeah, you put both of y'all on the side. That's what I do in the morning when I can't be bothered. You just put yourself on the side and you have your pillow, and yeah, everyone's comfortable. I call it the lazy 69 because it is very lazy, but it does the work.
All right, now I'm looking at the 69 a bit differently. I'd say the person who has the better knees should be on top, or the person who's lighter has always been the thing. I mean, I'm heavy and a male. I prefer to be on the bottom because I don't like the idea of, like, if I slip a little bit, I don't want to be. I'm not a person who enjoys the sensation of making somebody else gag. And so I don't want to risk sort of like shoving it where they have nowhere to put their head. All right. So
Exciting.
Well, you just put the head of the person like on the side of the bed, so like the mattress is actually is actually like uses as a bed rest. That way, if she wants to choke, as in Maxim says, she'll be able to do it, and if she doesn't, then she'll have space to do it.
right. No, exactly. But it's always feels a little bit rude to do it. Thank you, Maxim. Like if the person below me likes to choke, then yes, sure. I also have a 3.5 foot tall bed, so if my knees slip off the edge of the bed, I'm going down to at least the belly button to before I can put my feet on the ground. So that would be a bad that would be a neck snapper. Just say it.
That's just that happy.
Mm-hmm. So I might be. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try the side on one. Yeah. See if it's not too sweaty between thighs.
No.
Whoever enjoys being on top most. Easy.
Do you enjoy being on top?
I don't like 69.
Oh, how
like
come?
At all. It's just not for me.
Okay.
It's just not for me.
Dreams have been shattered.
Let's make new dreams. What happens when your dreams are shattered? You make new ones.
Exactly. All right. The next question that we have here: in this age of body positivity and embracing your inner goddess, when is it appropriate to comment on someone's health and weight? If someone is dangerously obese but they see themselves as Aphrodite, is it worse to pull their rose-tinted glasses off them, or let them live in their delusion?
Oh,
Zyra, you have this first.
You have the hot seat, my love.
I really do not like that question or the way it was phrased. For starters, like, weight does not equal health. Health does not equal weight. And that's never okay. No, sorry.
All right, Kinky.
Can we bring back?
I understand. No, I don't understand. I am going to assume that it comes from a good place. And this is why I'm not going to read you like I read the other dude with the other question. What you need to understand is you need to dissociate your scare from the weight. Do they have actual health problems? If they do, then the real problem and your real concern is not their health, it's not their weight. It's actually their heart problem, their insert problem in there. I mean, I know personally women that are considered morbidly obese that will outdance you. I mean, Lizzo, for fuck's sakes, is one of the best examples I can give. So as Zyra Lee said, weight does not equal health. Health does not equal weight, because an anorexic person is very sick, can die in a very, very horrible death, and it would be horribly thin. So I think if you want to address it more in a punctual problem stance more than their weight. And if they don't have any problem, if they don't have any health problem, I mean, live and let live.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's their lives, it's their choices. They're the one that's going to live with the consequences alone. You'll be able to support them, but they're the one that's going to be dealing with it in the end.
Yeah. And I just want to add that it's never anybody else's place to comment on somebody else's weight. Like, I do not have the right to comment on somebody else's weight, and vice versa. Like, it's none of your business. If it does not affect you, like Kinky said, live and let live, and like, yeah, it's not someone's place to come on somebody else's weight.
Because it's okay to worry for someone. I genuinely understand. But again, the question you need to ask yourself is, are you, ouch, sorry, kitty. Are you worried about their actual health problem, or are you making things up because we're so used to associating heart problems and all of that with obesity? And then you need to deconstruct before doing anything else.
Boom. Cake, you said everything very well. I'd also like to point out that people who are larger in size get mistreated by by health professionals a lot. Like if they go in with a pain, they'll immediately say, "Oh, you need to lose weight," and then they might have cancer not being diagnosed or something else not being diagnosed because they're not going to run the same tests that they would run on somebody who's not overweight. All right, this is not. It comes back to what I said earlier. If you can't be kind, be quiet. All right, I don't see any excuse for being in the position that you need to comment on somebody else's weight in a negative way. Why is the thing? Unless, yeah.
And
the opposite of be some of the exceptions for saying, you know, if you can't be kind, be quiet, would be
racism.
Yeah,
misogyny,
racism,
sexism, ableism.
Yeah, and also
all the
the freedom convoy. They're
yeah, no. Well, actually, no, that's weird. No, wait. What you guys call stupidity, I called entertainment, and I was entertained.
All right. I guess it's time to move on to the next question. Dear Love Doctor, hi. If couples work together at work, that's usually where you work, should they let people know or keep it a secret? This is the thing. Most places of employment need to know or request to know if people are dating each other, if they are in the same chain of command, etc., or if one is of higher status at the company than the other. And anytime you're fucking somebody you work with, it's automatically a threesome because it includes somebody called HR who's not very giving in the relationship. So notifying them kind of saves you from repercussions from the company, and you just better be good in case anything goes south, because then it's going to have repercussions on your jobs. Zyra.
I mean, it depends on the job itself, how big the company is, the positions involved. I'd say, you know, like Love Doctor said, notifying HR so that you save your butts, but also, in my opinion, I think maybe keeping it a secret so that other coworkers may not feel uncomfortable could be a positive as well. But yeah, it really depends on like all the different factors involved.
Keeping it a secret and being found out can also make it grounds for firing. So
depends.
So I want to just bring up this comment from Maxime. Don't fuck with payroll.
Yeah. My muggle self comes from a corporate world, and I live by the maxime, do not fuck with the payroll. In French, tu ne chies pas où tu manges. I will translate it. You do not eat where you shit. You do not do that. It's not a good idea. But I mean, work is a place where you're going to socialize the most, and there are a lot of studies that shows that you actually spend more time at work and with your coworkers than with your actual significant others. So I understand that it can happen. Again, I come from a corporate world, so yeah, if it's a chain of command, and if it's your boss or there's a position of authority, honestly, this is one of the biggest red flags that you can have, because even if you enter HR or not, and I'm gonna put a little post-it for HR. it can fuck with your pay and it can fuck with your livelihood. So it's not necessarily something that I recommend. Now, if it's in the same department where you don't necessarily always work together, or you don't necessarily see each other. I mean, I've fucked with a payroll with my live-in partner, but we were not at all in the same place in the organization, so it's okay. And by the way, HR is not your friend, will never be your friend. So if you can not involve HR, do not involve HR, because HR is only looking at your job, and in order to make sure that you cannot sue them. So will they take the knowledge that of your relationship and use it against you? Fuck yeah, they will. So do not talk to HR. Now, for a more like political and social aspect for work, honestly, don't try to hide it, because gossip and life and social media. But don't overexpose either, because it's still a place of work.
Boom. Zyra.
I answered the question.
Oh, you did? All right.
She's the first one that answered.
Yeah, I gave the opposite answer of both of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, hide that shit, bitches.
No, but I mean, it's okay. I mean, you can have a fling at work. I mean, I've had a fling at work. I mean, I remember when I worked at McDonald's, I was happy that my boyfriend was there doing night shift. I was not happy when we broke up, however, because anyways, that's neither here nor there. And that's when I realized that you do not fuck with the payroll, because when it is over, you still get to see that person, and people know, like, people talk. It's not fun. Like, I don't recommend. But yeah, I mean.
All right. Constantine replied with an "are good," or sorry, "are good looks important to you?" Okay, that's our next question. Are good looks important to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I have.
I don't believe that love is blind. I believe. Well, no, wait. I believe that love is blind, but I need to have a physical connection in order for my relationships to work. So if I do not find you physically attractive, you may fuck me with your mind, but
That's it.
that's not enough. Sorry.
I think I might be, I don't know if it's a dissenting thing. Like, I've dated many different body types, different ethnicities, etc. I've been always attracted to the person, and I don't feel like I have a physical type. That being said, if I'm attracted to the person, then I find their body attractive. So I find that they look good. So that is the thing the workaround on that, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and it doesn't matter how beautiful the person is, though. If they're an asshole, I'm not going to be attracted. Well, maybe
Exactly.
for a hate fuck. But
Not even. I'm not worried that way, which sucks, I guess. But
all right, we're around the midway point of the show, so I just want to encourage people, like a small channel like this, your likes are very helpful, sharing the video is very helpful, and also hitting the subscribe button. We're going to be at 100 subscribers very soon, which is going to make this channel easier to find, and the money that comes into the show is entirely through your donations. We have no sponsorships. So if you can donate to the channel by going to Linktree or linktr.ee/Paul Ash, that's my manager. And the first thing is clicking is to buy me a drink. And that gets divided among all three performers that you see on here. So please think about donating to the show. We are still taking questions in the Slido as well as in the chat. So if you want to add any questions, feel free to do that. Oh, yes.
I didn't answer the last question.
You did. We all sort of did.
Okay, fine.
At once.
I
but
didn't get my one. I didn't get my one spot.
No,
it's
one got a
okay.
big one.
no, go ahead.
No,
I
it's
mean,
it's okay.
You
I
need to
don't
have
mind.
your exploitation.
No, it's okay.
You sure?
No, say it. Say it.
No, I was gonna say that I feel like the physical for me is just as important as the emotional. That I cannot have the emotional without the physical, but at the same time, the physical alone isn't enough either. So I feel like I need a combination of both. So
Yeah. Agreed.
I think the mental connects me to the emotional, which connects me to appreciate the physical. But it's the way it all goes. All right. Let's see the next question that we have.
Yeah, there's actually a follow-up question in the chat.
Oh, there is? All right.
Yep.
Oh, what if you find your soulmate in someone not attractive to you? Oh, this is going to be fun.
Not my soulmate.
Oh, I'm
all right.
I'm poly, so
that's answered.
I mean, there's advantages.
Sorry.
Never mind.
You know what? Soulmates, I think, is a part of the idea that once you find that one person, you're done, and that is absolute bullshit. You find a person and you want to continue working to show your love and receive love from them, and they better be doing the same damn thing. All right, it's not about finishing. There's no one person out there. You got to find the one person that you think is worthwhile to spend your time making happy, and they better, multiple people, sorry, as well, not to be mononormative on that, but they better all be thinking about how to make you happy as well. And that's what makes a relationship work, is work. There's no magic bullet to a soulmate. Zyra.
Oh, I already answered. I said not my soulmate.
Yeah.
They're automatically not your soulmate.
Not your soulmate. I'm poly, so that concept does not apply to me. Or maybe it does, but it's kind of like the Death Eaters in Harry Potter, but like reversed.
Wait, if you're poly, you can have like soulmates plural. Is that the thing?
Yeah, like the Death, the Deathly Hallows. You know, the part where like the Horcruxes, where like Voldemort like separated his soul. Maybe I'm like that, and that's what happens.
All right, so this is Harry Potter advice.
That would explain a lot of shit, though. All right, enough shenanigans.
Okay, let me see if I can get this in. It's taken me too long, but Harry Potter and the love advice.
Maybe that's what polyamory is that you don't have one's, like your only soulmate who is fractured into many souls, and your goal in life is to find your soul polycule.
All of them.
All of them, but not like Pokemon where you have to catch them all. Like Harry Potter into the hollow.
It's like an app you download.
I thought Tinder was the the Pokemon of STIs, isn't it? You got to catch them all.
I don't know. I never caught one, and I like to keep it that way. Touching wood.
Yeah, exactly. That's just a Tinder joke. All right. The next question we have here is: can someone who is into praise kink get praised by someone other than their partner? Zyra.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, absolutely, yeah. Done.
Boom.
Sorry, that's my answer. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, wait. If we're talking about in a kink thing, like in a kink situation where there is consent and there are rules and there are boundaries, then ask the person to make sure that you follow her boundaries and rule. Now, if it's just a everyday run-of-the-mill, you know that they have a praise kink, but it's not about that life. You just want to praise and see and tell how amazing that person is, then by all means, go ahead. You can slide in my DMs to tell me how great I am.
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
All right. Yeah, if you're looking for a special reaction, etc., having that praise kink, it's usually better when it's coming from a person that you have the connection with, right? Someone who it means more coming from. So just because you have a praise kink and somebody says, hey, that's a nice dress on you, it might not give you the same buzz that having your partner give you. Maxime is giving a face palm.
I was wondering when he was going to do that.
Actually, to make it a little easier, let's just make sure that there it is, at Miss Kinky Karma on Instagram, as well as at Zyra Lee on Instagram. So people, yeah, the link tree down there has all the ways to get a hold of the Love Doctor. But I'm pretty sure that the two of you will be getting tons of praises because you deserve them so much.
I love to be praised.
Me too.
All right. The next question we have is, how do you feel about public humiliation?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right. You know what?
Yes.
All right. We'll probably need some more questions. So if anyone wants to add them either into the chat or into the Slido, please feel free to. I am sort of against of having other people involved in your kink session who are not informed. So it depends on the type of humiliation that is being experienced. Other than that, if it's in a controlled environment, it's not going to be explicit to anyone underage or anyone who's not a willing participant. Then yeah, go ahead. Zyra.
Yeah, like you said, as long as the audience is consenting, there is absolutely nothing like getting spanked in front of a whole audience. So, yeah.
Boom. Miss Kinky Karma.
I would add also make sure that the person that you're humiliating is okay with it. Because
Yeah.
I know that if you do that to me, it'll be the last thing you did on earth and you won't even be able to tell your grandkids.
There we go.
Consent all around, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, consent all around. Very important. All right, we get the next question is probably going to be a very short answer. I'm just moving Zyra up there very quickly because the next question is, what is Zyra eating? should actually let's I have just a little bit of an idea. Is actually don't say Miss Kinky Karma. What's your guess? What is Zyra eating? We've just become a game show. What is Zyra eating? If you have any guesses, you can put it in the chat right now.
I was going to say pussy, but she showed the plates. So no. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with beef jerky. Because
all right,
she knows me well.
I'm gonna go with something with a gray and requires a fork. Grayish brown requires a fork. That's all I could say.
What, like octopus? Oh, it was carrot cake.
Octopus.
It was carrot cake. All right.
Yeah, I'm being healthy.
Yeah, healthy with carrot cake, girl.
It's carrots and vegetables.
Got to get your vegetables. Yeah. Like I've got my grapes here.
And you're drinking special water.
I make sure I get tea and my alcohol as well.
Of course.
Oh, there it is. Maxime is saying cake.
Yeah. Let them eat cake.
Like the meat.
Or else he wants me to show my bottom. Just I'm not sure. Wants to see my cake.
I don't think so.
All right. Probably didn't mean that. You're right. What type of car is the best for sexy time? Not a Mini Cooper, but hatchback or convertible.
Okay.
Zyra.
Definitely like a limousine, something with a lot of space. Like any normal car just doesn't really work. It's for me personally, it's not fun because they're all like squished and stuff. So, yeah. Maybe like I don't know, like I'm like a limousine. There's like lots of like room at the back, so that works. But
all right,
a minivan because you can like pull the seats down. I don't know. I don't like car sex.
All right, we're discovering how prudish Zyra Lee is tonight. All the things she doesn't like. Kinky.
Are you driving? Because if you're driving, I would recommend a car where, the shift stick is like very, very close to the dashboard. That way, if you're getting oral because you have a penis, it's easier for the girl to like have space and have fun. And also one where like your wheel, like your driving wheel, you could actually put it up. That way, she could, have space. But yeah, if you're not driving and it's like you're not on a highway while doing your thing, then yeah, what Zyra said.
Oh, roadhead. That's what they were talking about.
Yes.
Well, that's
not
what
necessarily.
okay.
I don't know. It says what type of car is the best for sexy time? Not a Mini Cooper, but a
I mean-
hatchback. Hatchback. It wouldn't be like
Mini
for
Cooper
Roadhead.
works.
At this time, I need to just sort of preface for safety's sake. Roadhead can be quite dangerous. So
But so
please
But you
do
only
not.
live once.
Yes.
Yes, yes, that's the reason.
That's way to die.
That
YOLO.
usually ends at one time. There's no re-up on the life, Mario.
You don't know.
All right.
But I would do it in a Mini Cooper, like a Roadhead. Like I think it. Like I've been in a Mini Cooper and never
Mini
had
Coopers
anything
are
in
not
it.
mini. That's for sure.
They're surprisingly not that mini.
All right. Corey is laughing his ass off, so I guess he's lost his cake.
Well, he can find it and eat it afterwards.
Find it and eat it afterwards. All right. I haven't answered this question.
sorry.
There was some old movie, and I can remember the line from the old movie, and they were referencing anal sex, and they said, "Well, I had sex someplace very uncomfortable," and they went in the back of a Volkswagen Beetle, and that joke came up several times through.
It's too small.
Exactly, that was the point. That was the joke. All right. Now that I've explained an old joke from an old movie that is probably problematic at this time, bigger cars with bigger back seats work well. Station wagons, fantastic. You get an old station wagon with a inflatable boat in the back, or just nice and comfortable. Not a lot of headroom, but still very good. Probably a great place for a sideways 69 now that I'm thinking about it. And also a station wagon is better than a van, because if you do stop and sort of go outside, there's places to lean over, which a van doesn't give as naturally. Yes, go ahead. I'm
About
opening it to
Roadhead.
discussion. What?
You don't necessarily need to have space because you can use pressure with your mouth. I'm just saying.
Yes. We know.
Yes, I know.
Yes. Yes.
I am absolutely not a place person.
All right. Are we ready for another question, or are we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Are all condoms the same? There are tons of them in the pharmacy, and I know some have ribs and studs or glow, whatever. But in terms of me not getting knocked up, anyone will do, right? That is the question we have.
Let's let the penis wheedling person start first, and then us vaginas will wait.
The quality is important. Most condoms give what is it, 97% if
99.
used properly, and that's where the problem is, because a lot of people are not educated about how to use it properly. Talking about a lot of the textured ones, etc., come from joke companies, and they don't have the same quality assurance because they're not meant for stopping procreation. They're meant for added enjoyment. And if you also look at the thing now, here's something that I can't remember which condom company it was, but one of the major condom manufacturers, when they first came out with the extra size ones, they ended up being sued, because what they were doing on the same pack of 3 of, one would be, regular size, and then for the man who has a little bit more, the other one was like $3 more. Turns out it was the exact same condom, because condoms stretch, right? They're latex. They're very flexible. If you've ever tried to fill one up with a garden hose, you see that they are rather massive. So yes, condoms, make sure that they are meant for stopping procreation if you don't want to be knocked up. Then anything else on top of that, such as lubrication, such as any kind of features to give an extra sensation. Think about what you like, what your partner likes, and make sure that it is good for all of you. Zyra.
Yeah, so condoms are 97% effective if used properly. And if you're going to use lubricant with it, it has to be something that's non-oil based because latex and oil do not work together. So you can't use a coconut oil or an olive oil or anything like that. You should use a water-based lube at best. Also, you have to make sure you're silicone. Yes. Also, you have to make sure that you are applying it properly. I just happen to have like a condom right here and a shot glass. So I'll do a little demonstration.
Oh my God.
So
yes, do it.
You want to make sure that you pinch the top, roll it down. You're going to leave this little like bubble here at the top, like that, to the base. Make sure it's like, there we go, like that. Always leave room at the top for the little jizzy. Yeah.
Pinch it. Try to get rid of the air as well.
All the air gone. Yes.
Yep. All right. And it's not effective if somebody sticks a pin through it.
Well. Been there, done that. Well, not you, but
you. Wait,
all right.
What?
Ms. Kinky Karma is your answer. It's
my well. I'll finish the pun that you did. Is that been there, done that, Mr. Love Doctor? But on my end, no, not all condoms are created equal. Simply because sometimes you can be allergic to latex. I know that I am allergic to latex, so I know the different types of condoms. So always make sure to, especially if it's the first time that you're using a sort of condom, to look at your lady bits and just to make sure that like you don't have anything. Like me, I know one of the main reactions that I get is that it burns. So I have the feeling that I have like the fires of hell inside, which is not great. So always make sure that you're not allergic to it. Latex allergies is not necessarily something that's the most common, but it does happen. And also, from what I've heard from other partners, stop it, Zyra. Other partners, there are some condoms that are thicker than others, and the thicker they are, the less they feel. Now, some people say that it's bad, other people say that it's good because it's like I can last longer, but honestly, talk to your partner or your penis willing person to see what they would like, because they're the one that's willing it. So
I do highly recommend that people do their research. You can get pre-lubricated condoms, so you don't have to worry about mixing oil or what type of lubricant. Some latex-free condoms, though, made from natural products, will prevent pregnancy but won't prevent STIs.
Yep.
So again, your concern in the question was about not getting knocked up. Again, anytime that you're intimate with a partner, you should have a good idea about their sexual history and including STI history as well. It's not always going to happen, but be honest, it could be out there. And we got a comment saying the best car for sex, the ones with a third row seat that faces out the back.
I don't know if I've ever seen those.
Old station wagons used to do that. So there we go. Another vote for station wagons.
There you go.
All right. I think it's such a great thing that they were charging people extra money for the same condoms just because it had bigger or whatever on the
anything to stroke a male's ego and to make sure that their emotions feel valid.
Boom. Ready for the next question?
That was shade.
I will say the glow in the dark condoms are fascinating. Like I just wonder what they're for.
I want to see that in real life.
Yeah, I'm like that's interesting.
But that would turn me off so bad though, because I'd be like, "Oh, it's a lightsaber! Can I play with it?"
That's kind of hot.
All right, this is a bad joke, but make sure no one has epilepsy because the room's going to get light, it's going to get dark, going to get light, going to get dark. Strobe effect.
Lightsaber. I want to wield it. Like I'm the when it comes to that, I am one of the worst. Like how many times where I've been in a spa or in a pool like naked and I'm just playing with my boobs because it's like it's floating and I'm just having fun because it's floating. So I'm literally taking the person out of it because I look like a 3-year-old playing with her whole body. Like so, no condom with like fluorescent thing. Yeah,
lightsaber time.
Like forget it.
All right. Now I'm almost curious to ask a question myself.
Ask away. Ask.
What is the most juvenile thing a potential partner can say just at the start of sexy time that will not turn you off?
Me or me doing it
whoever.
to someone? Me doing it to someone, I'm a brat. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna look at you like with huge, like deer eye, like, really? We can do it? Can we? But I don't know. I've never had that like on my end being like something really juvenile. Oh yeah, asking me what I'm doing while I'm taking the person's clothes off.
All right, that's fairly innocent.
Yeah.
Zyra, do you have an answer?
I don't know. I can't think of anything at the moment. No, I mean, I feel like I'm into a lot of weird, interesting things. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Let's do that. So
it's lightsaber time. That's what we're talking about. All right. Next question we have is, should your partner have a say in your tattoos, body piercings?
It's my turn, so I'm allowed to laugh. No.
Oh yes, no.
No. Fun story. So, and I'm exposing someone as well. So I, during the pandemic, I took a lot of walks with a lot of people from some of my favorite people from the burlesque community. And I was supposed to go take a walk with Wild Delilah. And I told my live-in partner, who may or may not be actually writing stuff right now, that, hey, I'm going to go take a walk with her. She wants to go to this like piercing place because she want to get pierced. Like she want to have piercing and it's going to be all right. Okay, cool. Perfect. I go to this place. I realize that it's not just a piercing place. It's actually a tattoo parlor. So what does my borderline personality disorder girl decides to do when they're like, oh, why are you here for? And me asking, do you guys have walk-ins? And she's like, yes. For what exactly? I ended up having a tattoo because I decided that my ass will have a tattoo. Needless to say that my partner did not know that I was going to get a tattoo at that moment, right? So I get home and he's like, oh, how was your walk? I'm like, the walk was fine. But I mean, the place, like they had walk-ins. So, and he was so sure that I pierced my nipples because it's been 3 years since I've been like nagging him that I wanted to do it. So he was legit scared. And then I'm like, no, I did a tattoo. And he was relieved. So no, your partner doesn't need to care. If anything, he'll have fun with it or he'll just be mortified like my boyfriend and call it a day.
All right. I just, Maxime just said, hey, I just built a cushion hideout. That's a juvenile thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they should have no say whatsoever about any way you want to modify your body. It's your body. If they make you feel bad about it, maybe you need to explain to them why it's good for you, or just, tell them to hit the road. Because a partner should not be making their partner feel bad for self-expression. Zyra.
Exact same thing. Your body, your choice. Your partner has no say in what you do with your body. So, yeah,
you can surprise him. I mean, he was surprised.
Oh, I have a story. Oh, I don't know if I can tell this story.
Yes, you can. It's me. You can.
Platonic friend, known for years, and I was visiting the city that they lived in, and we were walking, and they had been talking about a certain piercing for a while, a door knocker.
What's a door knocker?
Like a clitoral hood.
Oh yeah,
ring.
those are cute.
They are, and just walking by a piercing shop, I pointed out, well, there's your choice. She said, well, why don't we go in? So we went in, and we go, and she found out, oh, you know what? This is affordable. I can do it. And she goes in back, and he says, you coming too? And I said, okay. Yeah. She says, yeah, I'd like you beside me for moral support. And then the guy moves me from beside her head to a full view, like I should be eating popcorn.
Yeah.
So it was funny to us, but a little bit awkward.
It's okay. It reminds me, totally out of subject, but it reminded me because my partner had a vasectomy, and it kind of made me angry to see how easy it was for him to have a vasectomy and how hard it was for me to get contraception. But anyways, that's another story for tomorrow. So we went to the abortion clinic to have it, and I was in the doctor's office with him, and he's like, okay, so you're having a vasectomy? He's like, yeah. Do you know that you're not going to have kids? Yeah. What happens if you change your mind? I'm not going to change my mind, but if I do, I'm just going to adopt. He's like, okay, cool. Drop your pants. And I'm like, I'm still here. He's like, yeah. Do you want to stay? Like, so he basically got vasectomized while I was talking to the doctor about my own contraceptive problems.
Vasectomized. It's a new word for me, but
Vasectomized.
it's they are reversible as well.
Well,
it's difficult, but
usually if you say that, the doctor is not going to do it because it is, but it's more complicated. It's more complex, and it's not completely fully reversible actually after a while.
All right.
So think on it.
We're ready for the next questions. We got a bunch of questions to get to, so I think we slowed down a little too much. Do you and your partners have cute names for each other? If you feel comfortable sharing, what are the names? And Zyra.
Oh, I'm single. I don't have a partner.
All right.
Cool.
Nothing memorable from the past you wanted to mention?
No,
they're not worth it. I have a significant other. I used to have two. One, unfortunately, we had to. How do they say it in the poly word? We had to de-escalate our relationship. So he's not in the equation in the question. But I do have a pet name, and my partner also has a pet name. Little story behind it. My partner has the equivalent of a bachelor's degree in accounting, and I don't know how to count, and I like to spend stuff. So you can imagine how many fights we got into regarding money. And I wanted to do something. I don't even remember what I wanted to do. And he's like, no, we don't have any money, and blah, blah, blah. It's not because you have like X amount in your account that you should spend it. And in French, I just decided to call him Picsou, because there's this old cartoon where you had this duck that his goal in life was to have a pool full of money in order to swim in it. So I just called him that. And 13 years later, that's his name. And he decided that I was a Pokemon. And my Pokemon name is Babinou. So I'm Babinou. And when I'm angry, I evolved into Baboungre. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel so lame because currently I don't. I've had them in the past, but I don't currently. So,
sorry.
Kinky has the big story. Please remember to donate to the channel. If you have any questions about love, sex, and relationship, we're still taking them. And I have the next question up right now, which is, how much are you supposed to spend on engagement ring? Do I bring her with me and let her pick or try to get one behind her back? Also, ladies, do I ask her in private or in public? Sorry, this is my first time and I am excited and I don't want to screw this up.
Oh my God.
All right. All right. The diamond industry would say spend 3 months' salary. You don't have to spend that much. You can if you wish. I do recommend taking your partner with you to shop for engagement rings, but if you do want to surprise, get a simple wedding band first. Buy a simple wedding band and propose with that, so you get the shock and surprise with them in receiving that, and then say, let's go pick out your engagement ring. Because if you look at wedding bands and engagement rings, the engagement ring is the more flamboyant of the two. And so if you can show that if you can give them that promise, and then go together to pick something that is affordable for you to purchase, I think that shows greater care, and it's something that they're more likely to want to wear. Zyra.
Honestly, I have no real answer for that question. That's just a conversation for you and your partner, and it depends on the person, and their expectations.
I will start with the premise of I don't really believe in wedding. I feel that like you should just take that money and spend it on the house, but that's just me. But I mean, I understand that it's my culture, not the rest of them. However, honestly, one of the cutest things I found in stories that I had is that I had this guy that would just show random rings to their partner, but not just rings, like jewelry in general, in order for him to know what she liked. So it's like, oh, look at this. What do you think of that? And with all those small information, he was able to get her a ring. Now, always make sure with the jewelry plays that if you got your information wrong, that you can actually replace it. But I personally feel that it's all in the little things. So asking her the type of jewelry that she likes, or just observing the rings that she has, and the type of jewelry that she has and that she currently wears could actually give you a good idea of what she kind of likes. So I would go with that when it comes to the engagement ring. If she has a best friend, your best friend is your best friend. So you could go check with her best friend, and I am sure, unless she doesn't like you, if she doesn't like you, I mean, it sucks to be you, but I mean, things can happen, but don't hesitate to go. I know one of my oldest best friend, that's what happened. Her husband actually went to me, and we actually went ring shopping for her. So I kind of picked the ring. So that is something that'd be nice. Now, when it comes to asking the question, honestly, it really depends on her character. Is she the type of person that likes to receive attention? Or is she not? Is she romantic? Does she like romantic gestures? So yeah, just this is the moment when you shut up and you observe and you see what she likes and you see how she is in order to make it as special as you can be for her. Because again, I believe in the little things, and I believe in the things that you observe more than having that discussion with a partner, because I mean, it's kind of nice to keep the surprise. So that's my 2 cents.
Boom. I think that was well answered. We're ready for the next question. Next question is, okay, we established making out at Marvel movies is not proper etiquette, but what about making out at a burlesque show? Kinky, you've got this one first.
Look,
I have a hot take.
I know if you do that at the Wiggle Room and Frenchie catches you, you're not going to like it. Actually, if any host catches you. Personally, if Roxy Torpedo or Frenchie catches you, I want to be there and eat popcorn because I know it's going to be lit. But you do not do that during a show. You could do it in the entr'acte. I mean, especially if you go at the Wiggle, because 3 people can fit in that bathroom.
Or on the roof.
Or no, the roof, you need to be special VIP. I've heard people doing hanky panky on the roof, but I've yet to be able to be special enough to have that. Am I salty? Yes, I am. But yeah, do it at your own risk and peril. But again, if you want to do that,
the roof is staff access. Yes.
Hence me being salty. I've been a kitten for God knows how many times, and nobody wanted to show me around that type of stuff. But it's okay. It's okay. I understand. I am not for everyone. So yeah, do it at your own risk and peril. But if you do that, please tell me, because I want to see how it's gonna end.
We need to make a very serious distinction between a film and a burlesque show. The people in the film can't freaking see you.
I know.
All right? If you're at a burlesque show, the acts can see you and you're distracting. That's fucking rude. Now, do it. If you need to do it while the host is on, but put your tongues back in their mouths before the acts come out. Don't interrupt an act. Like, if it's a comedic act, don't fucking start telling your own jokes, because if a burlesque act is up there, you don't start fucking dancing with them either. I mean, I get passionate about this stuff. Like, if a musician asks you to sing along with them, then you can sing along with them. But don't fucking try to sing along if they don't fucking ask. get seriously pissed at some people's etiquette at a show. I understand you're imbibing, you're enjoying yourself, you're feeling your oats, but that's a time to stop. Like Kinky has mentioned, there is an intermission. There is the before show and there is the after show. You can hold and touch each other, but save the serious making out to when there's not an act on stage. And a host on stage, even if the host goes after you, they're going to be doing it in fun, but it's because you deserved it. Just to be clear.
Damn.
Sorry, just a little bit of passion.
Yes, the best.
I was salty.
The best time to make out during a burlesque show is during the intermission. Period. That's it. Intermission before or after, but not during the show.
Unless you want to have an ass whooping, because if you want to have an ass whooping burlesque style, by all means.
I mean, if you're a brat.
No, but not even a brat. I mean, again, there's levels to bratting, and there are levels. Like at this point, I consider that as a major act of disrespect to the people around, and I do believe that you deserve a dragging from everybody. The reason why I mentioned Frenchie and Roxy Torpedo is because I know that their dragging is iconic. So yeah.
Terry is saying make out during the burlesque show, but don't break eye contact with the performer so they still feel involved.
Boy, bye. Boy, bye. No. Boy, bye.
No.
The sexiness, as much as the sexiness in the room better be emanating from the stage. And if you're engaging in some kind of activity that sort of refocuses the attention to you off the stage, then you are being a bad audience member.
Boy, bye.
So that is being said. I want to remind people right here, going below me is the link to donate to the channel, because these fantastic people will get an even split of anything that is donated coming in. And I haven't been working for 2 months. Exactly. I think they might be closing my Slido very soon if I don't pay the bill. So please donate to the show to keep this show going, because it's a lot of fun for us. We've got a couple more questions left. Are we ready for the next one?
Of course.
I think I asked this one earlier, and somebody has typed it in. What's the most juvenile? Well, this is close to what I asked. It says, what's the most juvenile thing that you've ever done that was not a turnoff for your partner? So no comments about lightsabers or whatever. Zyra.
Does calling your partner daddy count as juvenile? I'm just asking. Oh, awkward silence.
Well, if you have a daddy king, girl. Okay, what is the most juvenile? Okay, small context. I am a switch, but I'm also a brat. So
obviously.
I'm the worst combo breaker when it comes to that. I played with their penises. Like I played with it. Like I was like, boing. Oh, that's so funny. Because I wanted to get punished, and I ended up being choked with it, and ultimately that's what I wanted. But yeah, I kind of bonged it.
It's a play toy.
So that's me with like a lightsaber condom that says no.
God, Starla is laughing out loud.
Switch it, bop it.
Whack-a-mole. I had an ass whooping. And I would do it again. That's the
all right. There's a number of things. Pillow fights, tickling.
Yeah, tickling.
Like get it. Like I have a partner who's very nervous, or being very nervous anytime I got my hands anywhere near their sides, because they were afraid that I'd be tickling them. But that's cute. It was fun. That's kind of juvenile as well.
Yeah. It's been juvenile.
It's always weird. Who are either of you like the youngest sibling?
No.
Or oldest sibling?
I'm the oldest.
Oldest.
All right.
Like
See, I
Louise
had
is
older siblings.
Mhm.
And older siblings tend to go and they'll tickle you as a kid. They'll tickle you and tickle you. And then you have to beg them to stop. And you usually probably say something like, I don't know, did you tickle your younger siblings?
No.
No.
Okay. Maybe this story's going nowhere. Maybe I should just end it there.
Yeah, no, we don't. No.
No,
All
sorry.
right. Corey is saying it's there to be played with.
Yeah, but not in the way you want it. He was not happy.
So I'm just picturing you playing kitten, just going bounce,
Yeah, it was-
bounce. Like it's that little springy thing behind the door.
Or
Just
getting like a Sharpie and like a little smiley face on it with like a Sharpie. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
continue.
because I'm having it in my mouth after. There's no way I'm having a Sharpie in my mouth.
There's the edible ones now.
Yeah, no. Girl, no. But yeah, that was me bratting at my finest.
oh, you know what? I just saw the next question that we have. It's the same question. So they put it on two sides of the Slido. So that was our last question for the evening. This has been episode 12 of season 2 of the Love Doctor live stream. Any final comments? Do you want to tell us what you have coming up? We'll start with Kinky. Kinky, do you want to tell us what you have coming up?
I have a grocery list, man. All right, so I actually did it in alphabetical order. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have all the deets and all of that. It's a little teaser because you're here and you're so great. So first things first, I'm actually going to be a kitten at the King of Drag, produced by Charlie DeVille. That's going to be March 19th at the Diving Bell. I am also going to go back on stage at the Wiggle Room during the Vaudeville on March 19th. So if you want to see my titties, that's when you need to go. I'm also co-producing for the first time the Rated R show with the Crimson Duchess. It's going to be lit. That is on April 8th. And I am so happy to be, again, a kitten at Love Handles. That is going to be produced by the Cabaret des Bombes. I'm going to be there both on April 30th and May 28th. I like to be a kitten, and I'm the type of kitten that has a lot of likes to have attention. So yeah, it is a show to watch in itself.
All right, where is the show that you're doing with Crimson?
It's actually going to be at the Diving Bell. So both the King of Drag and the Rated R are going to be at the Diving Bell. Again, as soon as the tickets are out, those are going to be spammed on my Instagram. The Love Handles and the Cabaret des Bombes is actually going to be at Cafe Clio. And that is on April 30th and on May 28th.
Boom.
I will be
Zyra.
there.
So I have a couple of online shows coming up. I'm going to be in an online show on February 24th called Black Teas, which is a Black History Month celebration that features performers from Montreal, Toronto, and of course across the USA. On February 28th, I'm going to be in an online show called Revenge of the Blurreds. I am doing an Inspector Gadget act online, so that will be fun as well if you're old enough to know who Inspector Gadget is.
I am old enough. That's going to be lit.
Yes. And then on March 2nd, I will be in Toronto performing at The Function. So it's a live jazz band burlesque show. So I'm excited for that as well. Yay.
Can I add stuff? Because she forgot things.
What?
All right.
Zyra has a bomb ass workshop at the Arabesque burlesque classes. So if you ever want to learn a lot of stuff and all her little secrets, go to Arabesque because her workshops are so amazing. I'm just gonna say it.
Thank you.
So,
I am via Arabesque burlesque. I am teaching a hip hop burlesque class, corset tease 101, and a Caribbean dance whining 101 burlesque workshop. So,
and they are the bomb.com.
Boom. All right. And my links to Instagram are below. The Vaudeville Variety Show will restart on March 2nd. So 2.5 weeks time. We're going to be back doing live shows at the Wiggle Room. I'm the Love Doctor. Remember, I love you all. Please donate to support the channel and support these fantastic artists on your screen. Love you all. Good night.